Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yuri Besarab, and I will try to apply autodidactics of Valery Kurinsky just to explain how to pronounce some of the sounds of Ukrainian language, which are of quite a difficulty for those who start learning. In general, I wanted to start with this statement that the better we make movements, the better we sound, and the better we feel in the foreign language, when we speak the foreign language. I'm trying to apply what I learned from Valery Kurinsky to Ukrainian language in this case. And in the previous program, about the same sounds, k, g, h, before I made that video, I looked into the books, Ukrainian books, because I somehow I decided to check myself whether I am correct or not, because I was completely confident that in order to make these sounds, we need to make just one little movement of the back of the tongue. Let me show it. Of the back of the tongue. Like back of the tongue, we move a little bit and we get all these sounds. And the books confused me. And because the last sound here, they advised to move this, to move the tongue, the back of the tongue, a little bit to the back of the throat. And I was not sure. But anyways, I made it, so I decided to correct myself today. Let's call it a corrective video. So. But in order to, I would like to remind you some of the concepts of any language. And these concepts I also learned from Valery Kurinsky, from his post-psychological autodidactics, and I hope that you have the books, or you will find the books in English. Better to find Українська автодидактика, Українська постпсихологічна autodidactica, which is Ukrainian post-psychological autodidactics, because it's like a last edition which includes some other new knowledge on self-study or on autodidactics that Valery Kurinsky developed. So let's move back to this very important issue, which concerns only exclusively the language. In any language, as he found, there is a certain point. I will not make it, of course, I'm trying to make it a little bit simpler, okay? So there is a certain point at which movements of the speech apparatus are directed. Just for better comparison, I will compare Ukrainian pronunciation or Ukrainian focusing with English. In English, we focus all the movements on this place, which is just under the nose. So that's the point to which we direct all movements of the speech apparatus. And if people speak Ukrainian with focusing at this place, and also with the other very important thing is the position of the tongue or the form of the tongue. So in English it's like this. I'm trying to find the, okay, let me take off the, English it's like a boat, but it's like this. This is the way. This is the nominal position of the tongue from which we make all the sounds in English, and it's naturally, it goes like this, and we say to be or not to be. That is the question, whether there is noble in the mind to suffer, etc. So, but if we are trying to speak Ukrainian with that focusing and with this tongue, I will try to say something in Ukrainian, and you will see that I will sound like, and you will say me like who? Чи я живу, чи доживаю, чи так по світу волочусь. Do you hear how unnatural we sound in Ukrainian when we use Ukrainian words with this focus and with this position of the tongue? This is how some diaspora, Ukrainian diaspora people, when they come to Ukraine, how they sound. Because they got used to speak English all the time with this, and then they are trying to speak Ukrainian with the same form of the tongue or shape of the tongue, and with these movements with English focusing. So we need to change it completely, or not completely, a little bit, because everything in this music instrument of the speech apparatus, and this is a very precise, very everything is important in this music instrument, because just 1 millimeter difference and we will sound differently. That's why there are so many timbres in the world. Almost all the people speak a different voice. It's because there is a little difference in this mouth cavity, let's say. So in Ukrainian, from this position, look, in English language, we need to tone this boat, or we need to tone the tongue from this position, from this shape or this form into this position. And it's very relaxed. It's very relaxed in this position. And from this position, it's just called nominal. Yeah, we keep the tongue like this. We move our tongue a little bit just for these sounds. We move. I hope you can see it. Maybe I should have a different color of. I will take a different color of to make this this form a little clear. Okay. What if I use this? Oh, it's better. It's better to see. So English like this, yeah, like this, and we speak like this. These are movements of the speech apparatus, and in Ukrainian it's like this, very relaxed in this position. So we need to make this, let's say, back tongue movements or sounds. We need to put up a little bit, move up a little bit on the back of the tongue, and when we touch this soft palate, or uvula it is called, soft palate, just the end of this, not the exact end, but a little bit here, a little bit up. So we will get k. If we don't, and if we add some voice, we will get g. So this is very simple, and the movement itself is very similar like in English, but in English we need to move like, yeah, okay, like this, yeah, but it's also easy. So we do this movement, k, g, k, g, k, g, and then we add some vowels, ki, ka. K is not as sharp in Ukrainian, is not as sharp as it is in English. It's a little bit softer because also the middle of the tongue makes sounds in Ukrainian language softer. So it will be k, ki, ka, ko, ku, ke, and you can train yourself, and so on and so on and so on. The same with g, ga, ge, go, gu, etc. Now we come to this h and h. The same, the movement is the same, and we speak about just a millimeter or two, millimeter of the tongue. We move it a little bit closer, and we keep some room here for air to pass, and we don't touch the soft palate. We don't touch it. Just give some room for air, and then we say h. And when we add voice, we will have h. Ha, 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 hu, hu, ha. So train yourself, all the words. You can also make an exercise. Just go to the dictionary, any Ukrainian dictionary, take where you have these words, and try to pronounce them with this tongue. Also, I spoke a decoy. Decoy, which it's a word or phrase which helps us to tune our speech apparatus to a different language. And I suggested for you to use just very simple phrase which we hear very often these days, especially these days in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. You can choose, we can choose something different, but for this, for the sake of exercise, I think it will be enough. Okay, I hope I covered everything related to these sounds. So I will underline once again. What for us important is the focusing, the point to which we direct all the movements of the speech apparatus. It is important to know the shape or the form of the tongue. So in English, it's like this. in Ukrainian is like this, and the focusing in Ukrainian is on lower teeth. And then we use the decoy just to tune ourselves. You can use this phrase from Taras Shevchenko. Чи я живу, чи доживаю. Taras Shevchenko is Ukrainian Shakespeare. And this line, чи я живу, чи доживаю, it's like to be or not to be, that Shakespeare wrote. So I hope this will be enough. God save Ukraine. I wish you success. Bye bye.